is an absolute classic that's just dropped in from Matthew. Thank you very much, Matthew. He says, I would climb the highest mountain, swim across the deepest sea, walk across the largest desert, just to hit Jeremy Hunt across the face with a wet fish in the name of Brexit. And I think, actually, I can relate to that, Matthew. Great stuff. GBviews at gbnews.uk. It's solid gold in the inbox, people. Now, part of the Chancellor's economic vision includes nuclear power. Investment freed up by scrapping EU rules is said to be going towards building nuclear power stations, starting with Sizewell C. Joining me now is the former CEO of Energy UK, Angela Knight. Angela, thank you very much. Jeremy Hunt wants to talk about maximising Britain's Brexit potential, of course, despite not actually believing in Brexit himself. So we're off to a flyer there. How could Britain become a nuclear energy hub, and what would it mean?
Well, I think that there's perhaps three ways that it can do it, and we can do some of this quite quickly. The big power stations, such as the Sizewells, they take a long time to build. That doesn't mean we shouldn't build them. And, of course, they do cost a lot of money, too, something like, 20-odd billion pounds and 10-odd years to build. But we need to do that. And so the more the government just urges that along, takes investment, does strategic work, I think it's a good thing. But the second is that we need to license the small-scale nuclear reactors, the sort that Rolls-Royce has developed. So get them through this licensing process which we set up and get it through them quickly. And then the second thing that we need to do is use, I would suggest that we use things like mechanisms like the British Business Bank to help get the public, to help get the pension funds and other sort of investment funds to invest in these small-scale nuclear reactors, because you can build them for 1 or 2 billion, and you can build them in 1 or 2 years, and that would get us really well along the line and skill us up as a nation in nuclear power, nuclear technology.
Now, all of that stuff, very good. You're a lady who knows everything there is to know, clearly, about nuclear power, about Energy UK and all of this thing, and that is fantastic. But for absolute plebs like me, I'm going to need you to break it down. I want you to tell me, why should I care about this stuff? Why should I care about nuclear energy? Every time I'm shivering in my own flat at the minute because I don't want to turn the heating on. Every time I look on the telly, there's Greta Thunberg there telling me that she's not going to be happy until I'm colder. Is this going to do anything to, reduce my bills? Why should I care?
Well, the reason you care is exactly that, is because you want to be warm, you want to have the lights go on when you switch on. And the thing about nuclear is that it's reliable, it's there, and what's more, it's low carbon. Now, you keep showing these, well, what I'm seeing on the screen, and presumably everybody else is seeing on the screen, is these great cooling towers. By the way, that's not smoke, that is steam, because, the creation of electricity causes heat, or the heat is part of the process, so you'll always get some steam. There's nothing wrong with steam. What there is about nuclear is reliable, baseload, low-carbon power. And you need that as well as renewables. And you also need something in the middle that actually you can fire up very quickly if the wind doesn't blow. So creating an energy market, energy power stations of various forms in this country relies on a mixture of investments and a mixture of techniques. We should get on with it, and a lot of it can be done, not by the taxpayer, but it can be done by investors. Government has to do the framework, license the technology, and get on with a little bit of catalyst and push it ahead.
Yes, exactly. Good. Take the burden off the taxpayer. The taxpayers are being clobbered left, right and centre. And we've just had as well... The other thing that really gets me, Angela, sorry, a bit off topic this, but it's the fact that they clearly think we're all idiots, right? Jeremy Hunt there going, I believe it. I believe in Britain, people. I mean, honestly, that guy there, he could have brought a tear to a glass eye with his lack of passion. It was absolutely shocking. And then saying, I believe in lower taxes. But trust me when I say the best way to lower your taxes is to reduce inflation, which is going to happen anyway. So he's not going to lower our taxes. Do you think that our politicians take us for fools?
No, I don't. But I think what happens is that the promises are made which simply, one of the things that we like to hear but can't be done. What he's done today, I mean, Jeremy Hunt is never the most passionate speaker, but he is actually a good manager. And he has taken over managing the finances of the country at a time when, boy, did they need some good management. So, yes, I agree with you that he's not exactly going to rev us up like anything, but he is doing quite a good job of sorting things out. And boring that might be, but it's a good thing to get it sorted out. It's a good thing to bring down inflation. I want some tax cuts as well, but I don't want to have tax cuts and then find that we go back into the same problem as we were at the back end, well, last autumn, where tax cuts were promised, couldn't be delivered, and what happens is everything then goes wrong in the capital markets, and the consequences were mortgage rates go up and all that sort of thing. Everything is connected. Boring management actually can give us some very good results.
Well, you know what? You are the necessary tonic, I think, to my rather bombastic nature. Thank you very, very much. I've thoroughly enjoyed our chat, as I do every time we talk, Angela. Angela Knight there, the CEO, former CEO of Energy UK.